Well, hello there everyone, my name is Amy, this is The Opinionated Woman, and welcome back to another reading vlog. I was looking at my TBR shelf and I was trying to pair some books together to make a reading vlog. That's my favorite thing to do. And I found two books that I have been highly anticipating. They were on my shelves, that I was highly anticipating. So I decided to build a vlog around those. So the two books that I'm going to be reading are Such a Fun Age, Come and Get It by Kiley Reid and Hang the Moon by Jeanette. This one literally just came out. Well, in South Africa it did. I'm not sure exactly the release date, but I saw it on the new releases shelves and I was like, oh my god, it's here! So I'm super chuffed to get into this one. I'm going to tell you about what the books are about when I actually get down to them. Oh yes, the reason I wanted to pick this one up is because I loved Such a Fun Age by her, which is her debut. So I was definitely going to pick this one up, and it's beautiful and it's chunky and excited to get into this one. And then the second one, I think it's historical fiction. It's historical fiction, but I'll tell you more about it when I get to it. And that's, yeah, like I said, Hang the Moon by Jeanette. I heard about Jeanette because of her memoir, The Glass Castle. But that's on my TBR right now. I've actually read her other book, The Silver Star, and I really enjoyed that. Like, her writing is excellent. So when I saw that she had a new one out, I was like, oh, I'm never gonna get to read that. Like, I hardly ever get to read books that are newer, and then I found it in bargain books for like half price. So this one came out end of last year, so it's not quite as new as the Kiley Reid, but it is still a highly anticipated book for me. So I am going to check in with you as I read and let you know how it goes. Come along for the ride. Hello. Usually I start these videos way more aesthetically with like a time lapse or me getting ready for the day and reading my book. Let me show you the cave I've been living in. This is my cave. This is where I have been the entire day. Slightly cave-like. This is where I have lived. I have been sick like twice within the last 2 weeks, which is so unusual for me. But I've been sick as a dog. So I have not been able to do an aesthetic intro to reading Come and Get It by Kiley Reid. So this is the book that I'm starting off the video with. Oh, ow. I'm not doing well. I'm not doing well, lads. So I love Kiley Reid, Such a Fun Age. It was incredible. So when I saw this in the... And I knew this was coming out, but I didn't know when. And I saw it in Wordsworth Books, and I got excited about it, and happened to be with my dad, and he was like, I'll get it for you if you want. And I was like, fuck yeah. My dad is great for buying books. I'll give him that. Honestly, though, I've heard the blurb and never reread it again, so I don't know what it's about. So let's see. Millie wants to graduate, get a job, and buy a house. She's slowly saving up from her job on campus. When a visiting professor offers her an unusual opportunity to make some extra money, she jumps at the chance. Agatha is a writer recovering from a breakup while researching attitudes towards weddings and money for her new book. She strikes gold when interviewing the girls in Millie's dorm, but her plans make a turn when she realizes that the best material is unfolding behind closed doors. Oh, it sounds good. Oh. In a sharp, provocative portrait of design, consumption, and bad behavior, Kiley Reid takes a lens to our money-obsessed society to ask how much of ourselves we are willing to trade to get what we want. That sounds really good. And I know from Such a Fun Age that she's really good at dealing with complex things in a subtle way. And like with an angle that I never expected. So yeah, I haven't started it yet. I am going to get into it this evening. It's Monday, and what is this? And I feel awful. I feel so bad. I've not slept properly for 4 days, and I'm losing it. Like, my whole body is sore. So I booked a doctor's appointment. We're going to the doctor. We're going to sort this out. Cautious. Don't want to make people sick. Going to wear a mask. Oh, hopefully she can just give me something to fix it. I'm so tired. I made it. I'm lying down now. I don't know when I'm gonna read. Good morning, Sushi. This is the neighbor. She's just here to visit. She is present. I'm feeling better. Let's do some reading. I've finally managed to get a good chunk of the way into this book. Thank goodness. I'm feeling so much better now. And I'm remembering why I like this author's writing so much. She can really take like a topic that can be very big and serious and really put it into a very easy to grasp concept, but like with a hell of a lot of nuance to it. Like, if you read through this without having awareness of class divides, of cultures, of races, you wouldn't get that much out of it. But if you are actively participating in this, there is a lot that's going on here, even though the plot isn't very heavy. On Agatha's side of things, we get a lot of her past, so what led her to being a professor here in Arkansas, and her relationship that's just ended, which was with a woman, which I didn't realize, which is nice to see. And then we're following Millie, who's an RA in her dorm. And she's in charge of a certain amount of people, and then she stays in that dorm. And it's about her interactions with the other RAs and with the like occupants that she's in charge of, and the different dynamics that go on between them. On the back here it puts it really well. It says, takes a lens to our money-obsessed society to ask how much of ourselves we're willing to trade to get what we want. Desire, overconsumption, bad behavior. That's basically what this is about. And it really does look at that, because we're in this dorm setting, and we're in the it's like a specific type of dorm. I can't remember specifically, but everyone's from a different like financial background, and they all come from a different type of privilege, or like not, you know, they, like there's a lot of like really contrasting experiences going on in these characters, and their relation to one another is really what gets you going in this. It's all about interpersonal relationships and the morals of them, and Agatha really comes in to sort of observe this little like this little controlled science experiment of her learning about these privileged kids going to school, these mostly white girls going to school at university, and what their attitude is to it, what their motives are, and things like that. It's really it's subtle. It's really subtle. Like, she's very good at nuanced, delicate takes. Like, I feel like if you're not reading this and being engaged, yeah, you definitely could just page through it, because it's really, really easy to read. But there's like tiny little microaggressions in here that like give you like a pause for a second. And because this is such a melting pot of people, it creates some interesting interactions, and we're seeing things from a couple of different points of view, so we really get like a different looks within the same situation, which I really appreciate. Yeah, Kylie Reid's writing is really great. I really enjoy it. And people never understand when I say that I like a book where nothing fucking happens. Like, seriously, if the plot is not major, I don't care. If the character development and the character studies are strong, I'm there for it. So that is what I'm getting from this book so far. So yeah, I will come in and update you when I got a little further along. Morning, it is the last day of the WSL today, hence why Chelsea shirt is on. Chelsea can win or lose the league today, which is insane. So I've got my shirt on. I'm very nervous. The game starts at 4. This is the women, by the way, not the men. They're nowhere near winning the league. And I've got this much left of come and get it. So I'm going to sit here and finish it and not think about the game before the game starts. Okay, I'm not crying because of the book. I just posted a TikTok, and a Palestinian woman reached out to me and asked if I could promote her GoFundMe. So I don't know when this video is going out. I hope her campaign is not still up. I hope they've reached the goal by the time this video comes out. But I'm going to put all of the links that I put in my last video in all of my description boxes going forward. There will be a master link for a fund for Palestine, like master list, Operation Olive Branch, like PCRF, all of the stuff that you need to know if you want to help the people of Palestine or anything like that. So I just made a video supporting her. I don't have a very big platform, so I don't know how much traction it's going to get, but I needed to do something. Freaking ceasefire. We need a freaking ceasefire. Free fucking Palestine. Okay, I just wanted to let you know about that. So yeah, look down below. Funds for Palestine. If you've got $1,000 in your bank account, you can donate the $5. It would be very much appreciated. Amy the White Lady tears are not helping. Okay, yeah, I'm just gonna sit here and finish the rest of my book. But I just wanted to pop in and say that because I think it's very important to keep talking about it on all my platforms whenever I can. Okay, I finished it. My word, did this all of a sudden ramp up and all of this shit happened like right at the end? Like all of these events in all of the different characters, because we follow from Agatha's point of view, Millie's point of view, and Kennedy, who is one of the students that lives in the dorm, who's like really struggling. She's not having a great time. And all of the different people that we follow along with the different characters around them, all their stories sort of culminate. And the event that causes this is Peyton, Kennedy's roommate, putting her dirty dishes on her bed. And it's one of those things where like throughout the book there's been a little bit of a line about the dishes, about Peyton being like, Kennedy, please don't leave dishes overnight in the sink. And it just made me think of my sibling and their last living situation, because they were in a digs that had like 5 people in it, and there was always shit about dishes, and the amount of times people would put dirty dishes in the other person's room, not on their bed but like on the floor, just to be clean up your dishes. It was that kind of thing. So I just thought it was like an innocent little through line, and then Peyton ends up putting the dishes on Kennedy's bed, and that sets off a chain of events that is absolutely wild. It makes a lot of people come to a head. It makes people have to communicate in a lot of different ways. And it does show a side of Agatha that I was really interested in, because I'm not someone who likes an age gap. And there is an age gap in here that made me feel icky. And that sort of comes up. And she deals with it in a very rich white lady way, let's put it that way. But yeah, I can't tell you about any of the occurrences because it would completely spoil this book, but just know that all of these things are building up to like quite dramatic endings, and I really did enjoy it. I didn't enjoy it as much as Such a Fun Age, but Kiley Reid's writing is wonderful. I just really enjoy it. Okay, now I am going to, well, I'm going to have my Saturday. I'm going to watch the football. Hopefully Chelsea will win the league, and I'll watch them win the league. That would be wonderful. But I will catch up with you when I pick up Hang the Moon by Jeanette. Okay, I got a little bit into the book, and now it is time to go to the Chinese supermarket. So I'm going to take you along with me. We need black bean paste because I am making tteokbokki tonight. So let's go. Hi there. Thanks so much. Have a nice day. You too. The goods. Okay, cool. I'm having a little bit of an emotion this morning. If you guys don't know, I'm bipolar as well as autistic, and I'm at the moment currently premenstrual. Like my period should start tomorrow or the next day. Not that you need to know that, but so because bipolar is like very increased emotions, as soon as you add premenstrual to that mix, and then you put an inciting incident in, it kind of like all like bubbled up today. But for some reason, going in the shop and finding what I needed and talking to a normal person kind of like brought it down a little bit, hopefully. So now I'm just going to listen to I Can Explain, the podcast, because it's funny, and try and chill on the way home. I forget, the lighting is so bad because it's getting to be winter, so now the light is getting very, very low. But I'm hungry, so I'm going to make my tteokbokki. I have my football. Chelsea, 1-0 up. Caicedo just scored from the halfway line. Very, very nice. Last day. So this is our ingredients for my tteokbokki. We got the tteokbokki, black bean paste, stock, corn flour and starch, cornstarch mix, tofu bites, onion and green onion. And now I'm going to make it into something. Ooh, ta-da! It's very brown looking. The tofu bites look really wobbly. So do the tteokbokki. But I promise you, it's going to be delicious. Time to eat dinner. Alrighty, it's time. It's time to chat to you about Hang the Moon. I'm having a good old time with this one. So I wanted to double check like what it said on the back, so I'm not like spoiling too much for you, because I have got this much into it without updating you. I just wasn't in the mood to be in front of the camera on the weekend. But basically this book is following Sally Kincaid, and her mother dies at the hands of her father when she's like 3. So since she was 3, she's known another stepmother, because very much Duke Kincaid's thing is if he loses a wife, he immediately replaces it with another one, or he divorces one to immediately replace it with someone that he had in the wings. He's that kind of guy. He's a very, very powerful person in this town, which is like, it's Prohibition era Virginia. And her stepmother has her brother, a younger son, and Duke is like very fixated on the fact that, you know, this is like his heir and things like that, even though he thinks the boy is soft. So Sally takes him on this little ride on her little coaster, like little car type thing that she used to ride when she was a little kid, like a little go-kart, and they have a crash, and her brother gets injured, and her stepmother insists on her getting sent away, and she stays away for a whole 10 years until that stepmother dies. And then we come into the story where Sally has been called back by her father, and now she has to navigate the new wife that he's immediately replaced his old wife with, her brother that she doesn't know who's suddenly turned into a man, and then all of the different factions within the town, because her father is a very powerful man and has a lot of influence in the town, and like he's also like the biggest property owner. So yeah, we're just following Sally figuring out a bunch of hectic things. I just got to the end of just got to the beginning of part 3. No, is it part 2? Part 2. And part 1 ended with something that I did not expect, and I was like, oh my god. But it was so good. And she writes this kind of setting, like a smaller sort of town setting, really well. So I'm really enjoying that. But I also wanted to come and tell you, there's one thing that I did not expect to happen in this vlog, and that is I'm going to a book event. Yesterday I was on Instagram, and I saw a post that was a collaboration post between the Book Lounge and Jonathan Ball Publishing, and they were holding up 4 books, 2 of which I'd read, and saying that both of these authors are going to be doing an author event, like a speaking event, just like chatting about their work and stuff like that, in town, in the Cape Town CBD. It's in George's Mall. So I am going to go. I RSVP'd, and I'm taking my books with me. So the author that I want to go see is Candace Carty-Williams, the author of Queenie and People Person. I did a whole vlog reading this and 2 other books, and then this one I got from the UK, and I always loved this cover so much. So I'm taking these 2 books with me so that I can get them signed, which is very exciting. I'm so excited to see her chat. She's talking to Bolu Babalola, and I've never read any of hers because they're like straight romances, but I hear that like Honey and Spice and her other books are like super good from the romance girlies. So I'm super chuffed to find out what this author has to say and to hear her speak in person. It's very exciting for an international author to be in South Africa. I think she was at the literary festival in Franschhoek, which is why she's here. So of course the Book Lounge hooked us up. So yeah, you'll come along with me later and we'll go to a little book event. How exciting. In case I don't get to film later, I'm wearing this. I will show you the full outfit, and I'm going to put a little bit of makeup on. But first I have to go fetch my friend Karina from work. But yes, I am going to be wearing, I've got my rainbow cardigan that I crocheted last year, grey top from H&M, pick and play jeans, and little boots from Cotton On. So, oh, and then I've got the books. The books are in here, so I'm very excited. Oh, and I'm putting them in my cat bag. See, nice. Yeah. I swear I'm so antisocial that I put on shoes with a tiny little heel and I'm walking around like Bambi. It's ridiculous. Okay, I just did the quickest get ready with me on a TikTok. My ears are warm. My little ears are hot because I'm like in a rush. But yeah, I've just done a lip, lashes, shiny on the eyes. Cool, we're ready to go. I was just at the bar with Candace Carty-Williams. Oh my fuck.
So anything that I'm going to write is, I think it's going to be in that space because, you know, I don't know, obviously body can talk for herself, but, you know, different upbringings. Okay. But I think that...
Can't just go like that.
But I think that, yeah, you're...
Oh my god. The fucking dream happened. When you're wearing something that you've made and someone says, oh my god, I love what you're wearing, it is the fucking dream. When that person is Candace Carty-Williams while she's signing her incredible books, my life has been made. I'm home. Look. What is it? She signed in pink and she did a little crown. And then on People Person, everyone was talking about Queenie, and I was like, somebody talk about People Person, but I was too shy to ask a question with the microphone. because that's way too scary. There we go. Thank you for coming. Oh, what a good night. What a fun and unexpected little treat. Oh, last night was so good. And I woke up this morning and looked at my Instagram, and I had posted this picture of Golem Girl, which is like my favorite book that I've read so far this year. And I tagged the author in it, and she said thank you for liking her book. And then she sent me a little heart emoji because I said, no, thank you. So, no, like, I really made an effort to take like a really beautiful picture of it. And the fact that she saw it is so cool. Yeah. Author interactions. Fun old time. Also, I've been reading, I'm almost halfway through Hang the Moon. And I read a chapter today where she's talking about when she was sent off to go live with her aunt. And her aunt has a dubious way of making a living. It's not blatantly said, but you know, she gets into trouble with like the clientele, and Sally realizes, she's like, I think I need a gun. And she's looking through the catalog and she finds one for $7. She finds a shotgun for $7. And she's like, oh, I'm going to save up and buy it. There wasn't any like licenses, nothing like that. She's a teenage girl who saved up for a rifle, a Remington rifle, by helping a man collect chestnuts. What a weird time. What a weird time. Oh my goodness, I've been waiting to film the end of this for the longest time, but my landlord and his little squad have been here fixing some tiles. I can show you. So those tiles on the far side there have all been replaced. And so of those, the ones that are slightly different color in the kitchen, yeah, they were cracked as hell. My landlord is a good one, which is great. That doesn't happen very often. So yeah, it just came in today and repaired it. But before then, I had the opportunity to finish Hang the Moon by Jeanette. Oh my goodness, I really enjoyed this. Oh, hiccups. So like I was saying, I couldn't really, like, there's not a way for me to update you as to what was happening since the last, because like the last time I left off, I was telling you about like that something had completely unexpected happen, and it like changed the trajectory of the story completely. But the thing is, that's what happens throughout this book. Like, Sally is thrown a bunch of different things. I think this book takes place over like a year-ish, just over a year, like longer than that maybe. But like only a couple of years, and so many different things happen. So many people die in this goddamn book. Oh my word. And it's like comes out of left field. You do not expect it. So on multiple occasions, a big event will happen, and it will completely change the way that the entire town is functioning, because the Kincaid family are so influential that whoever's in charge of the Kincaid family fortune and like all the businesses and stuff, that's going to be someone incredibly influential, and like changes the way that the whole town functions. Like it changes, like every resident gets affected by which Kincaid is in charge, which is wild. And it changes trajectory multiple times, and you don't see it coming at all, or I didn't see it coming at least. But it just kept the story running. But it was also just like a really good like little small town, like look into a small town. And the way that it ended was like with this event that was so cleansing, like hectic, very hectic, but so cleansing. And Sally Kincaid is such a great character. She's such a big feminist. And it's like the 20s, you know, so it doesn't happen very often. But yeah, she's just like a very independent and strong woman who's not completely beholden to a man. And I really liked her as a character. Absolutely great. So this was a very successful vlog. 2 good books that I really, really enjoyed. I hope you enjoyed this vlog. A lot more happened in it than I expected. I got sick. I went to an author event. I went to Chinese supermarket, a bunch of stuff happened. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed it. Please let me know if you did, and I'll film another one of these soon. I love filming reading vlogs anyway. If you want more from me, my TikTok and my Instagram are down below. I'm very active on both, so if you want a little bit more of me and like a different types of topics, then yeah, follow me over on there. I also have a Kofi link, which is like a one-time tip jar if you ever want to support my channel. I'd very much appreciate it. But other than that, like, comment, subscribe, all of that fun stuff, and I'll talk to you next time.